Okay, so this video is more about a discussion that we're having right now.
Yes, we're trying to decide where to buy a house.
Yeah, so we moved here with the intentions of staying in the Pattaya area, but then life has had some changes. So this video might be more helpful for veterans, but
It'll be helpful for anybody that's trying to choose between Bangkok and Pattaya.
okay, so for Bangkok, everybody knows Bangkok has an amazing transit system. You know, they have the BTS, they have the MRT, and you can get around so easy. So that is like one of the best parts about Bangkok. And because of the way you can get around so easily, we tend to be healthier when we're in Bangkok. On average, um, we'll take the train or the MRT to where we gotta go, and then we'll walk to wherever it is we're doing, whatever it is that we're going to, and then, walk back to the BTS or MRT. We rarely take a taxi there. I rarely take grab bikes because my mom is like deathly afraid of them because my brother got in an accident on one years ago. So for the most part, because of that, we tend to be healthier. Like we are averaging about 5 miles a day. We have walked sometimes like 7 miles a day. And I ain't gonna lie, my legs have been burning on some of those days, but for the most part, we're healthier there because we get our exercise in organically, just going from one place to the other. And it's not like we're living like a bunch of tourists. Oh my God, we're here in Bangkok. We got to go here. We got to go because we got to fly back. No, we just, we're literally taking naps or whatever. We're chilling and we're still averaging about 5 miles a day. So, the transit system and just with all the walking that comes with it, we tend to be healthier while we're there. So that's why we're considering Bangkok again. And then as far as like the parks and stuff there, we like the parks and the way they're set up because they tend to be like planned better. There's lots of shade. And then, they have gym equipment. So a lot of these parks and lakes and stuff, where they have set up for people to go walk and stuff like that, they have gym equipment. Even in my little village in Pakonchai, they have the workout equipment. Now I may be rusted and kind of busted, but they still have fitness equipment. And what we found is that the parts in Bangkok are shaded, the equipment is shaded. So if you try to use them, you won't burn up. Because like the one here, and we'll show video of it, the one here, it's not shaded. So using it, you can be kind of hot, like burning your back or your butt using it. I like Bangkok because it's a better variety of restaurants. So me being half Thai, I've grown up eating like some Thai foods like my whole life. So I've grown up eating both American and Thai food. And in Bangkok, they have the best chains that when we moved here to Pattaya, I assumed that because the chains are all over Bangkok, that they were all over Thailand. Everybody comes to Thailand and they go to Tong Smith for Kway Teow, right? But it's not here in Pattaya and it's not in Phuket. So when I go to Bangkok, as soon as I hit the Bang Na area, I might eat Tong Smith. And there's a lot of restaurants that fall under the iBerry chains like Kap Khao, Kap Pla, Ras Neom. And I go to those because I want like Khanom Chin, Nam Ya Po, like some of my favorite Thai foods I grew up eating, and they're not out here. Now, true, I can still get Khanom Chin and other Kway Teow and stuff out here in Pattaya, but when I see those chains, I know how they're going to taste. Whereas here, I'm having to find like which restaurants give me the taste that I want. And then, of course, there are some Western restaurant chains that are only in Bangkok that haven't made it out here to Pattaya or Phuket or Chiang Mai, right? So, pros and cons of picking a place to live, but that's another one of them. Another thing that we like about Bangkok, it's like the hub. You can easily get to anything you want to get. So like, you go to Bangkok, you can come down here in an hour and 45 minutes. You can go to Hua Hin. We got 2 airports in Bangkok. So, you can fly to anywhere you're trying to go with either like domestically within Thailand or internationally. So that's another perk, another draw for us for considering Bangkok. But there's a premium to pay for housing and services if you live in Bangkok. So my house here in Pattaya is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house. We have the pool area, which I showed at the beginning. and I pay 42,000 baht, which is roughly around 1315 a month, $1,315 a month. And you know, I'm showing a condo tour, and when you look at this house and you look at houses and condos in Bangkok,
A house like this could easily be 60,000 baht or more in Bangkok, depending on location.
and you know, as people, when we first moved here, we wanted to make sure that we were managing our money efficiently when we first got here, because you don't know what you don't know. So we wanted to, hey, let's come in conservatively. And then if we feel like, you know, we want to spend more, we'll go from there, because we still have our homes in the US, and you always have to plan for unexpected expenses. And we have tenants in both of them, but we wanted to make sure that we gave ourselves a buffer before we decided to live larger, and go all out and spend like 60,000 baht a month. I mean, it's doable, but we knew what we wanted to do because we knew we were going to come here and buy a car, which, you know, a lot of expats don't come here and buy a car, but we wanted to make sure we planned for a car payment and car insurance and those type things when we picked the city for us. So for us, spending more money in Bangkok right now just wasn't something we wanted to do, even though we're looking at it. And then for my husband, he said that his haircuts cost more in Bangkok. So like here, they may cost like 350 baht, a little more than $10 or around $10. But in Bangkok, they're like 500 baht, like 15, or somebody might ask for like 550 or 600 baht. So, you know, those shops are paying more to be in Bangkok, so you're going to expect to pay more for services there. And then in Bangkok, there are more hospitals that are familiar with the VA FMP program and TRICARE overseas. You know, it's a larger city, so of course they're going to have more. But, you know, we had the same thing here in Pattaya. But the best part about Bangkok for a veteran who's retired from the military is JustMag. I'm going to put the link on here and I'm going to show you guys, like JustMag allows retirees, military retirees. I don't know anything about civil service. I haven't seen anything about civil service being able to get this benefit. But we have an APO box. We have a military mailbox. So we can order from Amazon and get some things sent there. We can order from some shops online and have our stuff sent there. It's kind of like being stationed overseas, except we have a weight limit. But we have access to that. So I can send mail back to my daughter. She can send stuff to me, and we're not having to pay the crazy type postage going in and out of the country. So that is a big perk for us. And then the other thing is there's DEERS. There's a DEERS office at JustMag, and we were able to update our DEERS profiles, and I added my husband as my dependent. So you can use the DEERS office to make those necessary changes here. So that's a big perk to being here or being in Bangkok. Now moving on to Pattaya. Everybody thinks Pattaya and they just think Soi 6, Soi Batao, and walking street, and they just think negatively about the whole city. I've seen so many comments on so many social media pages, and you know, pick a platform where somebody will say, you know, if you live in Pattaya, I know what you're about. I'm old and I'm retired. I'm not out walking these streets, and I don't live in all that. And there's a lot of people here with the same mentality. We're all not out there in Soi 6, right? So there are areas like Jamtien, Pratamnak. We're out here in the dark side. So we're like 15, 20 minutes outside of Pattaya, and we live like a chill life. There are expat groups all over. We have a lot of international schools here because a lot of families are moving here because it's a nice place to live and the cost of living is lower, and like international schools in Bangkok are like absolutely ridiculous. So being able to come out here and get a nice home and quality education for a lot of people at a lower price, that's what a lot of families are coming here for. So you get like the coastal lifestyle without the prices that you would pay in Phuket. Like from what we were told, like the price of people paying for a golf, it's half the price here than what it is in Phuket. So Just keep that in mind. You get beachfront, which you don't get in Bangkok. And another perk living here, we don't have all the pollution, all the smog. Like if you've been here in Thailand and you've been on the road and you see some of the fumes that come out the exhaust pipes of some of these vehicles. And so you know why Bangkok is the way it is. But we don't have as much of that here in Pattaya. It's like clearer air. So a lot of people that I know that have like respiratory issues, they choose here over Bangkok because they're healthier. And like a lot of people are having their skin break out. They're choosing here because it's less pollution here than in Bangkok. So, you know, get away the pros and cons when you're picking a place. Like I said, it is close to Bangkok. So for us, it's about a hour and 30 minute, hour and 45 minute drive in, and then we're in Bangkok. So we go frequently, especially with me mailing stuff for myself. So we go frequently and we'll kick it there for like a couple days, 3 days, and then come back. Because my husband likes the slower lifestyle. Sometimes I like it too. Like I love the hustle and bustle of Bangkok, but then sometimes like, all right, let me go home to my little house and I'm happy. We do have a lot of veterans groups here, and there's a VFW and I believe there's a DAV, and there's this guy who manages this page, and I'm going to share this page again. He updates this veterans group and the active duty and veterans group in Thailand page, and he'll put on there which hospitals are taking TRICARE and F&P. He'll update this Facebook group to say, hey, program changes. Hey, I'm talking to somebody at the VA about this and trying to make this change. And he'll like, this hospital now accepts whatever. This page is like a wealth of information for any veteran considering coming here. But what we loved about it, because I can speak to it. I had used both the VA F&P program and I had used TRICARE overseas here. And it's just so easy to use. So I've seen other people in this Facebook group for veterans talking about, you know, they've had to file claims themselves. Here, Bangkok Hospital Pattaya, they'll file your VA F&P program claim for you. Like you go see the doctor, when you make your appointment, you make it with whoever the specialist is. They'll look on your letter while you're booking an appointment. They'll look on your F&P letter to see, okay, what your conditions are, and they'll book you with that specialist. And then you go see the specialist, and when they're done, they'll direct bill F&P. All you got to do is sign. You don't have to mail anything, email anything, nothing. They take care of it all for you, and that is it's so good, especially when you're trying to figure out, you know, navigating healthcare in another country. Like knowing that they take care of that for you, that is such a big deal. And as far as like TRICARE, I had to go use the hospital here because I had tendonitis in my shoulder just out the blue. Like I couldn't even come up with a fancy story on how it happened. I just couldn't use my arm. And I had to self-pay at Bangkok Hospital. But fortunately, I was already registered, right? So I had to show my military retired ID, self-pay. And I took my receipts and I filed that with the TRICARE program, and they mailed me a check that I needed to deposit, but they mailed me a check for it. Now I will say my total bill for being seen, it was a 6,000 baht, which is roughly around almost $200. 6,000 baht, and I got like a steroid shot and another pain injection shot, and they gave me 4 different kinds of meds. And we were in and out the hospital in an hour and a half. And then the thing about here, like living on the outskirts, because we're like 15, 20 minutes outside of the Pattaya, we have to make an effort to be healthy. Like if I go outside my gate right now, I have to deal with soy dogs to try to walk somewhere and do something. So we have a gym membership. And for honestly, that was an unexpectedly higher expense than what we had anticipated. The first gym we were at was about, for the group package, a bundle. So you could pay per month, or that was one price. If you got a 6-month package, it was cheaper. And if you pay for a year, it was even cheaper. And that's how a lot of the gyms are here. So that gym was 1,500 baht a month, which is insane. It's $45. And when you think about it, my Planet Fitness was, I think I had the black card, and I think it was what $29 or something like that a month. So to come here and pay $45 a month, which was what the reduced rate was, I was mind blowing. Like I didn't expect that. But we found another gym, and it doesn't have classes like the other gym that we were at, but it's roughly 900 baht a month, which is like way more reasonable, and it has a lot more equipment in there. So we're happy about that because the only gym only had like 5 treadmills, but the one we're at now, as you can see, it has like so many treadmills, lots of different weight machines. Like the other gym didn't have all this, and this one has everything. So yeah, I'm kind of glad we made the switch. Not kind of, I am glad we made the switch. So there's that. And then the park here. So you see the parks everywhere, and I touched on a park in Bangkok. The park here, I'm going on Lake Mapachan, and there's other parks all around the Pattaya area. Lake Mapachan, I think that's around 13 kilometers all the way around. I ain't gonna make it unless I have a bike. So we tried to walk it, but it gets hot, not a lot of shade, right? And then the fitness equipment is not in a shaded area. So like I mentioned, if you sit down, you try to use it, it might be hot. Depending on the time of day, it might be hot. That is one thing I wish the city, and we live in a sub-district called Pong. It's spelled P-O-N-G, but it's actually a B-P, so Pong. I wish Pong had planned that out and put shade around the fitness equipment, because then maybe I would use it when we're walking around. But yeah, we have to make more of an effort to be healthy here. It's just a con of living here and not living in the heart of Pattaya. Like people who live in the heart of Pattaya can do more walking. Like I met other expats and she does a lot of walking in town, but I live on the outskirts. So even if we lived in the burbs of Bangkok, it would probably be the same. But the other perk to living here, I don't know if you guys remember, but last year, like there was this freak earthquake that hit northern Thailand, Myanmar, and it really shook the mess out of Bangkok, right? And you saw all these videos everywhere of these condos just swaying and cracks all in these buildings. And the reason why it was stronger there is the soil, the way it's constituted, the way it's made up, it's soft. So like it just vibrated whatever shaking ground movement happened. But here in Pattaya, the soil is different. People here didn't even feel it. My brother was in Thailand at the time and he had just moved from Pattaya to Bangkok. And his condo in Bangkok shook all over the place. But his friends that here in Pattaya, they didn't even feel it. I know some people that were here, like they didn't even feel it. So that's another thing. If you're considering and you're concerned about the swaying of possible earthquake, here you don't even feel it. Entertainment. Yes, Bangkok is the capital. You automatically know everything is gonna go there. But things come to Pattaya as well. There are events that people from Bangkok have to come here. So there was a jazz festival in January. There's an international fireworks competition. I believe that's every year in November. I think last year or the year before they hosted Rolling Loud. And this year they're hosting Tomorrowland in December. So there are events that come in here, and every time you turn around, if you're driving into town, whether it be Terminal 21 or Central, you'll see signs up with some artist or somebody is coming here. The city's always hosting and posting things to try to make Pattaya a more family-friendly area for anybody here. And we're all like, this is a tourist-centric area, so they're always doing something to draw the tourists in. Okay, last but not least, I totally forgot this, and I'm a woman. I don't even know how I forgot this one. Shopping, so crucial. So let's just be real. Bangkok is the heart of shopping in Thailand, but we do have some here in Pattaya. We just don't have the luxe shopping like you see all over Bangkok. Like I saw one creator on one platform talking about how all the malls in Thailand all have this luxe, like Louis, Gucci, Prada. No, we don't. We don't have that here in Pattaya. We do have Terminal 21, just like the one in Bangkok at Asok, everybody knows. And we do have a Central Festival Mall. It's not Central World, which is like ginormously huge, but it could be comparable to like Central Ramanai. So, those don't have the Gucci, Louis, Prada. Same thing, we don't have that here. But we do have some used designer stores popping up here in the Pattaya area. Like the 3 that I know of are close to the malls. So as female who likes to shop, yeah, we do have shopping. And then, you know, with me, we go to Bangkok all the time. We just pick up stuff there if I don't pick it up here from the malls here. So we don't have MBK, but we do have a night bazaar that has stores similar in there to MBK. We do have a Zara, we do have H&M, Uniqlo. We do have some of the stores that you'll find in the malls in Bangkok. We do have some of them here. So you don't have to give up everything if you choose to live in Pattaya and not in Bangkok. After all this, do we know where we want to live yet? No. We're still conflicted because there's a whole lot of other factors that we had to take into consideration as we look for a house. As we're beginning this house hunting journey, again, if anybody has any recommendations or for areas to check out around the outskirts of Bangkok, in Bangkok, around Pattaya, outside of Pattaya, please share them with us. And if you like this content, please subscribe, comment, and follow along for more. Have a good day. Sawadee ka.